I bought the Chinese version because I wanted it right away here in Vietnam, and somebody shipped in a Chinese model before they released the Vietnam version of it. And one of the disadvantages of that is the most annoying thing is that your launcher is locked. So I actually can't switch the launcher at all. Mm-hmm. And nobody has created an unlock for this device that doesn't disable the in-screen fingerprint scanner, which I quite like. So it's like if I want to change my launcher, I have to lose the in-display fingerprint, and that's the best they can do at the moment on XDA developers. I've been checking the forum like at least once a week. So hopefully that improves soon. So this is 100% stock right now, and it's been a long time since I've had anything 100% stock for more than a week. And I've also been finding that despite having the top processor on the market right now, it still also gets laggy every once in a while. If I have the device on for more than a day or two, everything starts to lag and I have to reset it, and then just a standard reboot, and then it's back to normal.
So that sounds like a cache issue. So like, what was the headline reason that you bought the X Pro 2?
So I was looking at the K20 Pro. But I had just bought the Pocophone F1, so it's like, I want this faster one, but my Pocophone's still fine. Mm-hmm. And then Realme X2 Pro came out. I watch a lot of Unbox Therapy.
Mm-hmm. Canadian influence.
Right, yeah, fellow Canadian Lou, right? So he talked up the X2 Pro. Mm-hmm. Said it was he figured the new best, budget smartphone value. And then I found someone selling it, the Chinese version, mm-hmm. Around the corner from my house. So just went for it, impulse buy.
And what was your reason to necessarily buy the X Pro 2 over the K20 Pro?
It was a little bit higher, newer and higher spec at the time.
So it was the 855 Plus is essentially, it's just it's not overclocked. It's not an overclocked version of the chip, is it? No, it is.
Yeah, it's got some overclocking on it too.
It's just an overclocked version of the Snapdragon 855.
Okay.
But the bigger thing is the storage speed.
Actually, the charging speed was really cool too. That's what I've been maybe most impressed by is that SuperVOOC, the 55-watt mm-hmm. charger, is crazy quick. Not only the battery on this is amazing as it is. Battery typically lasts me about 20 hours, but it'll go from like 5% to full charge in about 15 minutes. Like if my phone's about to die and I want to take a quick shower, by the time I come back, it's fully charged. Mm-hmm. So that's been really helpful, especially when traveling. I'm in the airport or something like that. My phone's a little low. I want to get a quick charge. 5 minutes is like 40% of my battery.
Yeah, that's something like even with like the 30-watt charger for this, something I've noticed is that my charging speed, and I don't know if you can comment on this or not, but my charging speed with the Xiaomi 30-watt quick charger, that has been, and I had access to it with the Mi 9 that my ex-girlfriend had, mm-hmm. and I got to use that charger for a while. But one thing that I really, really noticed, it's super temperature dependent. Yeah. Like I even did tests with my device where I like double bagged my device and I put it in an ice bath and like I compared charging speeds, and the device will like consistently sustain closer to that 30 watts if it's really starting to rain if the device temperature stays at a certain point.
I haven't noticed that. I was just in India on business for a couple of weeks, mm-hmm. and still found it was snappy charging there.
Yeah.
And Saigon is always hot.
Yeah, and I mean, like I know that the Oppo, which is like the parent company, they're doing something where they're taking two individual cells and they have the cells split. Okay. And each one can take a higher amount of voltage, so it generates less heat. So
right, yeah, I haven't noticed any heat. So my phone never gets hot from charging, but the charging brick does get very hot. Interesting.
Yeah, so like something about how they do that because of the SuperVOOC technology, because of how they do it, you have to specifically use the SuperVOOC cables.
Right. Yeah. So that was something that really impressed me that I didn't think I would care about. It's not a reason that I bought the phone, because normally all I really care about is that my battery lasts a day when I plug it in at night, and that's it, right? But it has actually, now that I have that feature, I've become pretty dependent on it. There's a lot of cases where now I use the phone more, or I'll watch videos on it more. I'll be less careful about the battery, knowing that I can plug it in for 5 minutes and get back to full juice very quickly.